Hello again, everyone. This is for all the fans of drift cars, Toyotas, and the Initial D cartoon series. If you look back at my history, I got a bunch of Kyosho RX-7s from this Initial D franchise. And so the star of the actual Initial D franchise is this car. It's a Toyota AE86. So this one is made by a company called Time Model. And let's get into it. Let's see here. So, Time Micro. It's weird. Some of the packaging or listings say Time Micro, but this one says Time Model. They look to have the same logos, so I just don't understand. I'm not really sure what the company's real name is, Time Model or Time Micro. But this is what we're looking at today. Okay, so some Japanese text here, the warning stuff. Nothing really else. I'm not sure if this is even a officially licensed product, if that matters to you guys. Now, from my experience now, there's a card in this case, which makes me think this case might be hard to open. And, well, actually that wasn't so bad. Actually, not bad at all. So what we have here is what looks like maybe a map of one of the mountain roads of Japan, and some timing numbers here. Okay, well, anyways, we got this placard here, Initial D, Time Model, and again, that thing. I'm not sure what that means. Just to let you guys know, Google Translate has an app you can put on your phone, and then you hit camera mode, and it'll actually translate that for you, which is what I did here. This says Fujiwara Tofu Shop in English. So, Google Translate app. You might want to try it out. Okay, well, anyways, I don't see it's limited edition or anything like that. No quality control inspector sticker, but I'm going to take this off the stand because it wasn't a super expensive model, nor is it a super fragile resin model. So I think I can risk taking it off, and we can take a look at the whole thing. Okay, so let me angle the camera down so we get better light casting on this. Alright, so you'll notice on this side of the car there is no Japanese text, and that is, I guess, true to the images I see online. The text is only on the driver's side of the car. Excuse the paint here, I'm in the painting some, restoring a diecast model. There'll be a video on that later. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking here. Seems to be some sort of printing there. I think that must maybe say Trueno. I can't really make it out. It's so small. Oh, but there we go. The camera can. So that does say Trueno. So that's pretty good. And then there's a black printed on here for the top part of the door handle, but it's not particularly, well, no, it's not applied very well. The black should actually run down into, you know, that crevice there. Oh well. Okay, so there's black painting here on the window molding. That seems okay. The mirror's black plastic, but it has a reflective insert, it seems. Yeah, it's not paint. It's actually a shiny reflective piece of plastic. So that's very nice. The wheels here, I think these are Watanabe F8 wheels. And they look pretty good. It does roll quite nicely, I guess. And what I really like about this from Time, and most of the Time models, they have disc brakes in there. But do they have calipers? I don't think so. If you look how I spin this wheel, the rotor itself is spinning with the wheel. You don't have that like piece of plastic here that's holding it against the belly pan, so there's no caliper on this. But it's definitely still better than Kyosho and most TLVs. They don't have any sort of brake systems at all. So for the same price or even less money, this looks like to have a lot more detail. You'll notice here there's a license plate printing, and what's interesting is not the same as this image here. Initial D, there was many different variations of this franchise. Initially it was in a comic book format, like I guess in a weekly magazine. It was just a comic strip there. But there's been a TV show series, there's been a movie series. So I simply don't know enough about the franchise to know what series this license plate came from. But from a model perspective, I think it's great. It makes the car look real because it's got a plate. Alright. And then look at these headlights. Pretty neat, I guess. Or yeah. Alright, what's weird is you'll notice there's a little dot here indicating the bulb. And it's not actually centered. It's off to the sides a little bit. Which is kind of, it threw me off for a second. But being part of the molding, I guess that's just on purpose. Maybe the real car has an offset light bulb to maybe prevent too much brightness to oncoming cars, perhaps. I'm just kind of guessing, guys. I don't know. Alright, so we got some painted on yellow fog lights there, and that's on the picture of the car behind me, so that's good. We got some molded in ribs here for the grill, and that's nice. Molded in up here, that's nice. Okay, so yeah, I'm really liking this front end. The orange paint here and these turn signals. So, or maybe those are reflectors and these are turn signals. But either way, they're painted on in both on orange. So let's go to the top this time around. So we got this what looks to be probably a decal, or maybe it's not a decal because I don't see in that white, I mean that clear bit that's on the decal. So this could be tampo printed, and it's pretty good. I mean, it looks like carbon fiber. So good job. We got some three-dimensional mirrors. Oh boy, that's a separate piece. I almost ripped it off. I just didn't expect that. Alright, so time model, very good job. You're putting separate pieces of plastic that are painted black on there for the windshield wipers. Something's off here though. There's not enough black paint under there. So, weird. Or this, the windshield here. There's supposed to be more plastic there, and it must have been like, maybe this is how it came off the molding sprue and they took off too much plastic. I might have to put in a little black paint or something to clean that up. Alright, let's go this side here. Oh darn it. Well, look at this. This is a mess. That is a mess, time model. Well, and then again, the black isn't applied here very well. It's not applied there very well. It's not applied here very well. It's not going into the crevice there. So this side of the car is pretty horrible. I was starting to like time model. This is like the 5th one I have. And 2 of mine are great, but now, or 3 of mine might be great, but this and my purple Rolls Royce, they're really bad with the paint. So time, you guys got to get your quality control under control, because this is really bad. I mean, this is bad in so many places. Luckily, this side is the side you want to display with because it's got the text, and this side is fine. But still, it would just be nice to have a consistent model. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. Okay, let's continue on to the back. We got the nice plate there. It says Toyota there, and it is legible. Trueno Apex Twin Cam 2. So I guess the Apex might be a trim level. Okay, we got the plastic inserts, and they are nice thick plastic, and you can see the orange, the white. The white's really well delineated, so that's good. Not sure how they do that. Still don't. It's a mystery. Okay, so unfortunately the exhaust tip is just a flat piece of plastic. They did manage to leave a little black in the middle to help it out, but it's not molded in or anything like that. There's no depth to it. Okay, so that silver carries over to the bottom. It's kind of messy as far as the application goes. If you want to take it apart and mess with the interior, you can. Really nice treads. Really thin tread blocks, so that's very good. I think the size of the tires look correct for this time frame. Just to let you know, the AE86, it came out in, this version came out in 1983 and was sold up until 1987 in either coupe or liftback configurations. I don't know what this is. I assume this is the liftback because this is the seam line here, so this whole thing lifts up. Okay. Alright, let's go to the interior here. It's not black, which is nice. It's like a maroonish color. Yeah, I would say it's maroon, possibly brown. Maybe I'm colorblind, I don't know. Look at this new flashlight here. It seems to be pretty good. So anyone that wants to, I'm going to segue here to this brand here, flashlight. Before I was using this thing, and this is a good flashlight too, it's stainless steel, but I have to literally twist it to turn it on. And there's no brightness settings. These are both AAAs. But this one has a nice little switch. You just turn it, flick it once, it's on, flick it twice, it's off, right? And then if you hold it while it's on, it'll change from bright mode to low mode. And then there's also like a strobe and a lockout and all this other crazy stuff. It also has a stainless steel clip and an extra O-ring if you want to replace the O-ring. So, and also this base is magnetic. There's actually a magnet there, so you can put it on a piece of steel or something like that. So it wasn't really expensive. It was like 20 bucks or something like that. You can search for it here online. Manker E0211. I recommend it. I just like it because the super easy switch, and I can adjust the brightness. Okay, but anyways, let's get back to this car here. So yeah, some molded in details there. Let's see about here. Alright, look at that. So we got a black steering wheel, some molded in details in the center console. And what about the dashboard? Is there anything? I don't know, guys. Do you see anything on the dashboard? I do not. There's no like gauges or anything, no extra decal that I can tell. So just a black steering wheel, and then the rest is the other plastic color. It's not so bad, I guess. Could have been better, but the other Thai models I have seem to have more effort in their interiors, more colors and stuff like that. Okay, but oh well, I can't change how they do their models, so. Alright, so I guess well, this side of the car really lets me down. It's a big letdown. It really is. I guess the only positive side of it is it's black. I can go back with some black paint and it'll match pretty well. But I really should. It should just be better for this kind of money, I think. Alright, so I'm going to put this on the little spinny go around here and talk a little bit more about the car if you guys are interested. Okay, so the AE86, there's a website explaining the whole coding of this name, but 8 is known as Hachi in Japanese, and Roku is 6. So the Japanese call this Hachiroku as a nickname for 86. And this is the 5th generation Corolla, and there's a 1.6 liter inline 4 up front. And this car is relatively lightweight. It's like 900 to a little over 1,000 kilos. And that's what makes this car really popular as a drift car. It's A, affordable. B, it's relatively light. It came with a 5-speed manual transmission and an optional limited slip diff. And it was also weighted pretty evenly, almost 50-50. So that, and it's also a really rare car in the fact that it's rear-wheel drive. Most Corollas and cars of this price range, they're all front-wheel drive, which doesn't lend itself to drifting very well. So that's why the AE86 or the Trueno is a really popular drift car. Trueno also is Spanish for the word thunder. I never knew that before. So that's really it for the information I found out on this. Okay, so I guess you've seen it spin around well enough. Thai model, yeah, you guys gotta get your quality control in order. You're putting in a lot of extra details that are better than, say, Kyosho or TLV, but quality-wise, you're still having some problems. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'll probably still buy a few more of your models, but I might have to start cherry-picking them from the stores instead of online. I bought this one online off AliExpress, and so it's just not worth it to try to get some money back for your faults from the seller. Okay, so that's what I have for today, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.